discuss, present, and then once they had time to process the idea and try to apply it, then the debriefing that comes from after their presentation, that's where the highest value is, because then they've had time to think about it and time to process it and time to present it. And then what you say after that means so much more than just a boring lecture that just goes on and on and on. And so the places I work at tend to have more activities.
Okay.
And it makes it more practical for the students. Later on, I hope you can show some of my students' work from CIE.
Okay.
What they've done is they've taken products that are made here, like coffee, and one had a local name, and it's, in my opinion, the best coffee in the world. It's made near the Mekong Delta. And they put the brand name Bubba Joe for the Texas market because they're going to be moving to Texas, and they thought they would launch the brand while they're there. And so Bubba in Texas is like brother, it's a friend. Joe in America is coffee, cup of Joe. Bubba Joe to a Texan is a happy thing. So they've chosen the correct phrase.
Is there some exercise that you put it out for your students to practice on branding?
I told them that I want them to not just do an exercise, but I'm asking them to launch products made from here, brand them, and make a lot of money, and give an example of how it can be done. And when you see the work that they've done, another example would be a mattress. My favorite mattress in Vietnam, made of rubber, and they're calling it Ranch Comfort for Texas market. Italian shoes, Cisano, to the California market. Sexy Italian shoes sold to Californians, made in Vietnam. Could be designed by an Italian, but they're made here, sold from here. Distribution and customer owned from here. That's where it's at. Another example would be Hossy fashion. Another Texas, the word Hoss in Texas means good, big, old friend. So they came up with fashion for larger people, H-O-S-S-Y, Hossy, hot and sexy. And it's really creative stuff that's coming out. And this is just from one class.
That's so much regarding with the, what you've been talking about is a lot of, got a lot to do with the name itself. It got to be something that the people in the other markets
Well, you can't come up with a name like a Vietnamese name and expect it to sell in a foreign country. So you want to come up with a name that rings true.
All right.
In
so
the hearts
even though
and minds
if you have a great product, but if you don't have a good name, if you don't have a recognizable name, then it's got to be a challenging job to
It's nearly impossible.
Right.
Yeah, nearly impossible. So if you're in the market and you're selling to the Russians, you have a Russian name. If you're in the American market, you have an English name that conforms to the regional linguistic idioms of that particular region. So you have to do a little bit of research. Fortunately, I spent a lot of time in Texas, so I was able to help them and coach them a little bit. And they did a great job.
All right.
Theories of
So what would be your advices for the students to get the most out of the college?
To look for alternative media on YouTube and the web to see what's going on. There's tremendous amount of information available for free on video that can supplement. So if you're reading a particular author and you find yourself getting sleepy, you can go to YouTube and hear him talk about the same thing. If you